Forget everything you've been told about sportsmanship and respect. This Saturday at UFC 328, two men are stepping into the cage who genuinely want to do more than just win. They want to destroy each other. This isn't your typical title fight. This is a collision of two worlds that smells like gunpowder and pure, unadulterated hatred. We haven't seen anything like this since Conor McGregor was pushing every boundary of sanity. But back then, it was a show for the cameras. Here we have two completely unstable men who don't know how to stop. With you is CombatCultMMA. Never back down. Let's get it. The psychopath versus the machine. On one side, you have Khamzat Chimaev, a human wrecking ball from the Chechen mountains who is used to breaking people in the first 10 seconds. On the other side, Strickland, the American psychopath whose mouth moves faster than his hands and who says the things everyone else is too terrified to even think. Let's clear the air for anyone who's out of the loop. These two used to be friends, or at least something close to it. They trained in the same gym, sweated on the same mats, and smiled in the same photos. No, in the world of massive egos, friendship only lasts until the first sideways glance. Now, their chemistry has turned into toxic poison. If you think this is just selling the fight for PPV buys, you're dead wrong. Strickland crossed a line that you simply do not cross in Chimaev's world. He's not just criticizing Khamzat's wrestling, he's hitting him where it hurts most: his connections, his roots, and his bosses. A legalized execution. Most UFC fighters are just high-paid actors who shake hands after the final bell. But look into the eyes of these two. There is no respect there. Only a cold, calculated thirst for blood. They're trying to sell us this as the sporting event of the year. But let's call it what it is: a legalized attempted murder on live TV. The UFC is acting like everything is under control, but behind the scenes, they are terrified of what might happen at the press conference. They are housing them in different hotels, hiring an army of security, and praying the fight even makes it to the cage. This matters because it's the last bastion of reality in a world where everything has become fake. You can't cancel your opponent in the cage. You have to step out there and prove your words are worth something. Strickland put his life on the line the moment he called Khamzat a leashed dog and a coward hiding behind dictators. For Khamzat, who grew up in a culture where you pay for those words with blood, this isn't a sport anymore. It's a vendetta. Breaking the unwritten rules. There used to be an unwritten rule in the UFC. You can talk about a man's mother, his wife, or his religion, but you don't touch politics. Strickland took that rule, burned it, and scattered the ashes. He is the only one saying out loud what everyone else is whispering in the hallways. While Khamzat was building his image as the undefeated wolf, Strickland has spent every interview methodically dismantling his reputation, calling him a puppet on a string. He's hitting the most vulnerable spot, the reputation of a free wolf who, according to Sean, is just fulfilling the whims of powerful men in Chechnya for luxury cars and status. To a casual viewer, it looks like standard trash talk, but this is playing with fire. Strickland isn't just criticizing, he's mocking him. He's calling Khamzat a refugee who sold out his people for a check. That is a blow to his honor that isn't forgiven where he comes from. The pressure on Chimaev. And the weirdest part? The reaction from the organization. The UFC, which usually loves a good scandal, is acting like a scared ostrich. In the official previews, there isn't a single word about the politics or the real reason for the hate. They're trying to wrap this bloody conflict in a nice sporting package, but Strickland is ripping that wrapping paper off with his teeth in front of millions. Why is Khamzat so quiet? Or rather, why do his answers sound so stiff and forced? Because he's backed into a corner. On one hand, he has to maintain his tough guy image. On the other, he has visa issues and heavy eyes watching from above. Strickland is playing the vulture here. He knows he's protected by American freedom of speech, so he pours gasoline on the fire, knowing Chimaev can't fire back publicly in the same way. It's psychological torture. Sean is trying to break him before they even lock the cage door, hoping a blind rage will lead to a mistake. The technical reality: many people have already buried Strickland, thinking Khamzat is just going to steamroll him like a tank. But let's take the rose-tinted glasses off. We're used to seeing Chimaev as an invincible monster, but reality is a bit more grounded. Look at his recent fights. That monster started breathing like an old vacuum cleaner by the middle of the second round. If he doesn't break you in the first 5 minutes, the aura starts to crack. That is exactly what Strickland is betting on. Sean isn't a guy who gets scared by a mean stare. He's used to pain, he's used to being pressured, and he knows how to turn a fight into a gritty, bloody, exhausting slog where the most technical guy doesn't win. The most durable one does. If Strickland survives the opening storm and drags this into the championship rounds, we might see a version of Chimaev we've never seen before. Tired, confused, and for the first time, actually scared. The final verdict. The UFC is low-key terrified of a Strickland victory. They need Khamzat to be the perfect champion for the Middle Eastern market, the golden boy with the perfect record. Strickland is a thorn in their side, an uncontrollable psychopath who might say the wrong thing on the mic and tank the company's stock. But that's exactly why we want to see the upset. We want to see the system glitch. If Khamzat doesn't end this early, Saturday night will be the end of his legend. This fight isn't about a title, it's about how far a man can go in his hatred. Even if Khamzat wins, he won't silence Strickland. But if Strickland wins, it will be the loudest, most high-profile collapse in modern MMA history. We will see the death of a multi-million-dollar project. Smash that like button, drop a comment on who you think takes it, and tell your friends. The cult must grow. This was Combat Cult MMA. Until next time.
Yo! Combat Code! MMA is back in the building! Forget the delivery! Grab your burritos and some extra hot wings! We're talking blood, sweat, and some real legendary championship shit! Let's go! Saturday night and the lights are glowing. Dana's in the back and the money is flowing. The ball boss promised the White House show, but all we got is heavyweights moving real slow. I'm on the couch watching the main card. Why is making weight so freaking hard? Adesanya's out here looking like a pro, but Joe Piper's hands are ready to go. It's the Combat Cult. We're obsessed with the cage, watching sweaty dudes on a global stage. From the BJJ mats to the octagon floor, we're screaming data, give us some more. Leg locks, head kicks, and a broken nose. That's just how a regular Saturday goes. Yo! Check the prelims, don't you dare fall asleep. Now the old Sterling's making opponents weep. The ladies in the cage throwing hooks so clean, folding defenders like a laundry machine. Then comes the BMF, the belt for the toughest. Max still the king, or has he had enough? Oliveira's a backpack, he's glued to the spine. If you can't wrestle, man, you're running out of time. Buggy chokes, rubber guard. Why is the ground game so freaking hard? Herb Dean's waiting, looking at the clock while someone's getting kicked straight in the pausa. Wait! 100K respect points to the ref. The crowd is going wild. They're going down! 3 Codys on the card. Is this a glitch? One's got fast hands, the other's in a ditch. Is Izzy still a lion or a pampered house cat? He's getting taken down, laying flat on the mat. Get your tissues ready, wipe away the tears. The anime kid is facing all his fears. 1-5 in his last 6, that's a tough pill. But the Combat Cult is hungry for the thrill. It's the Combat Cult, we're obsessed with the cage, watching sweaty dudes on a global stage. From the BJJ mats to the octagon floor, we're screaming Dana, give us some more. Leg locks, head kicks, and a broken nose. That's just how a regular Saturday goes. Yeah! So subscribe to the channel, hit the like button too. Combat Cult MMA is coming for you. Eat your wings, keep the vibes real high. We'll see you next time. Until the legends die!